Zachary was raised in Corpus Christi, Texas, as the oldest of 5 brothers. He is a regional and comparative studies major in the Walsh School of Foreign Service with a focus on the Middle East and Russia and Russian language. He has a proficiency in Spanish and is seeking proficiency and a minor in Russian. During his time at Georgetown, Zachary has been a resident assistant, a member of the School of Foreign Service Academic Council, a student guard, a residential and housing office employee, and a cadet in Army ROTC. After graduation, Zachary will be reporting to Fort Rucker, Alabama for his first day of flight school on June 3rd. Please welcome Zachary Smith.
Good evening, everybody. I was expecting an audience of like 15. Wow. I am so happy to be here. The theme of my talk today with you all is decisions. Decisions can be some of the most influential and transformational parts of our lives. Throughout life, we're faced with decisions, ranging from small decisions as what to wear in the morning to as big decisions as what university do I want to attend for undergrad. Deciding to attend Georgetown University was probably the best big decision of my life so far. But that being said, it was a difficult one. 3 years ago, or 4 years ago now, when I sat right there in your shoes where you're sitting at Gap Weekend, I had a very difficult decision to make. I had to decide where to go to school. Was I going to go to my mother's alma mater, my father's alma mater, or this little private school on the hill in D.C. that almost no one in my small town in South Texas had ever heard of, called Georgetown University? And ultimately, I decided to go far from home and come to Georgetown. And though I didn't know it at the time, I had, in fact, made a very, very good decision. First of all, I did not realize just how special of a university Georgetown is until I got here. The campus culture, rooted in our university values, combined with the unmatched expertise of our professors and faculty, and the access to the greater world of the District of Columbia, are reasons enough alone for you all to come to Georgetown. I've made friends with fellow students and professors alike that will last a lifetime, and I've been provided with access to resources and learning that are nearly impossible to find anywhere else on the planet. I've been challenged not just intellectually, but personally as well. And this growing up phase during my time at Georgetown University has been essential to my overall growth as a person and preparedness for life after Georgetown. But of course, each and every one of you will have a unique Georgetown experience, and that is part of the university's charm. That's part of what it means to be a Hoya. Conversely, my experience as a Hoya has been no exception. I came to Georgetown with the intention of being a STIA major, playing Division I baseball, and being fluent in Arabic. Today, I am none of those things. So before I tell you exactly they kind of gave it away in the introduction, but let me tell you a little bit about how I got there. So 4 years ago, I had to make several decisions, one of which was, do I stay at home in Texas to play ball where everybody cares and people know me, or do I come here to Georgetown at a great Division I Big East athletics program, try to walk on where nobody knows me, and pursue this dream that honestly for me was a long shot? And there were other considerations as well. If I go to Georgetown, what do I major in? Which school within Georgetown do I choose? What do I specialize in for a foreign language? And ultimately, having made none of those decisions, I decided to come here anyway and figure it out when I got here. So to make a long story short, within the first 3 months of being here, I made the baseball team. I was then cut from the baseball team. I changed my major at least once. Officially, it was only once. And I struggled mightily in my first semester of classes. The first grade I ever got here was a D-. Don't worry, I never failed anything. But as you can imagine, in the fall of my freshman year, I was having serious doubts about my career as a Georgetown Hoya. But I'm so glad I came, and the decisions I made later on would be the best decisions I've made in my life. After being cut from the baseball team, I decided to join Army ROTC. I switched my major to something I loved, regional comparative studies, and I decided to pursue 2 foreign languages that I had once undervalued, Spanish and Russian. And so though these goals and pursuits are entirely different than my previous decisions and goals at the outset, they have turned out to be some of the best decisions I've ever made. ROTC especially has helped me do all my classes, made me physically fitter, improved my professional development, and it's given me skills, intangible skills that will help me for the rest of my life. It's also given me some of my truest lifelong friends. And so for me, the key was not to give up after my original dream of playing baseball in college had been crushed. I found a new calling and a new supplement to my amazing education at Georgetown. As luck would have it, I happened to join one of the top ROTCs in the country, and I've had the distinct pleasure of being a cadet in the Hoya Battalion for 7 semesters now. I never would have made that decision to join ROTC had I not been cut from the baseball team, and so for that very difficult day in my life, I am very grateful. Additionally, switching my major and joining the Army allowed me to do things I could not have done otherwise, which is mainly to go abroad. And though I cherish every moment I've had on the hilltop, my decision to change my major and my decision to be here at Georgetown was greatly influenced by my desire to go abroad. I couldn't have gone and done some of the programs I did without it. I've been lucky enough to study abroad in both Estonia and Russia, and earlier, my freshman year, I could have had a chance to study in Quito, Ecuador as well. So for all those of you who are interested in foreign languages, there is no place better than here. I would not have my proficiencies in Spanish and Russian without the amazing language departments we have here and without the opportunity to go abroad. So as I come to the end of my time here as a Hoya, I've got 4 weeks left, and I think y'all have 4 years, so I'm pretty sad. I'm jealous of you all sitting where you are right now. I don't want to leave yet. Then again, I don't think there is any university in the country that would have prepared me for adult life as well as Georgetown has. And I will always consider Georgetown my second home, no matter where I'm living. This has been one of the greatest experiences of my life. And the point of my talk today is that it was born out of one simple decision. That decision to come here 4 years ago when I sat right where you're sitting and had no idea if this amazing school on the hill with its Hogwarts-style buildings would be the place that I could happily and confidently call my home for 4 years. So decisions are like forks in the road. I couldn't have made a decision to become a pilot without joining the Army. I could not have joined the Army without coming to Georgetown. And I couldn't have come to Georgetown if I'd given up my dream to play ball in high school. Even though the path may not be what you expect, every fork in the road you take at Georgetown will open a new set of forks in the road that will lead you to bigger and better opportunities, both here at Georgetown and for the rest of your life. That's the magic of Georgetown. There is no better place for you all to start your adult journey than here, and I firmly believe that. I'm so glad I came, and I'm very grateful for you all for listening to me. Thank you, and Hoya Saxa.